You're listening to The Oven Podcast. Your table is ready. You can follow me.
The oven's preheated, and we're about to get cooked on another episode of The Oven Podcast. On The Oven, we have a THC-infused meal with each guest. We're your hosts, Mario and Franco, and tonight we're sitting down with New York-based comedian Olga Namer.
Hi.
Hey.
We are. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming. So before Franco starts hitting us with a few questions, just want to introduce the food. We got the rock and roll shrimp. We got the spicy tuna on the crispy rice. We got the edamame. We got the shishito peppers. We got the miso soup. And at Nomiya, it's super easy. We just infuse the soy sauce.
Right here, green cat. Infused soy.
Green for grass.
Green for grass, he says. So before we even get started with like the, finding out, how you came up, where it all started, you went to culinary school, huh?
I did.
So we got some big shoes to fill here. We got
No.
We didn't know. No?
No. I mean, I went to culinary school. I didn't eat anything in culinary school. I was also very kosher at the time.
Okay.
So I saw like on the cutting board, they'd cut pork or whatever, and then they do the vegetables right after. So it's like on it. I was very strictly kosher then.
Not so much anymore though?
I am, but like I'm not, I guess like that's on the table. I think back then, like I was like, oh, we can't have shrimp on the same table as vegetables.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Why the change?
I mean, I became less religious in general.
Okay.
Not, no. Like now I drive on Shabbat. Or I don't drive on Shabbat. I go in a car. I used to not. It's like that.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel like times are changing.
Yeah.
No, that's everywhere.
What do you think changed religion for you?
So you...
I think moving to the city, like, in my dad's house, I'll still keep everything. Like, I'll be religious. I don't want to, like, be, disrespectful. Mm-hmm. But, that's it.
Does
And
the
then
family
I
still
guess
in
doing
Brooklyn?
comedy. Yeah, they live in Brooklyn. Doing comedy, I have to work on Fridays, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even think of
used
that.
to not ever, and also Saturdays too. It's the main days.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So do you ever get any like kickback from that, or is it past that point? You're, like we're older now. It's
No, my dad was so mad. He wasn't. I think I think at first I would never tell him I had shows on Friday. And then it stopped being about like I'm working on Friday, and it was more about like, why are you doing comedy?
Yep.
And then now he seems like okay with it, which is like annoying because then it's like it's hard to like make jokes about him and when they're nice to you.
Has he come like to the shows?
No, never.
No.
Dad, why don't you hate me so I can be a good comedian? That's cracking me up.
For the past year, I couldn't write anything.
Really?
He's been so nice.
You couldn't write anything about him?
And my mom, I feel bad too.
So your struggles actually aided your development as a comedian?
I think it was him always like yelling at me to get married and do this and that. And I think that was where maybe the start of it happened, that I thought he was like annoying for doing that.
Wow.
But now, he's just like, just so happy you're on this earth and doing what you love. And I'm like, shut up. Yeah.
It's like, dude, how do I make a joke about that?
Wow.
He's too nice.
That's so interesting. You need some drama in your life to think of some good ideas.
And my mom, last time she's like, I was like, Ma, is it okay if I post some video about you? And she's like, whatever is good for your career.
You're
It's
like,
fine.
Who are you and what'd you do with my parents?
Well, I think what happened was like there was two things. I did the Chosen Comedy Festival,
Okay.
which is a Jewish comedy festival, at, like just Jews, and it
Just Jews everywhere.
yeah. Oh, and then some like random comics that aren't Jewish, but I guess they have a following. They needed people to come. so then, and it was in Coney Island, and my parents live right near there. Well, it was summer, but they were there, and I was like, oh, come to the Chosen Comedy Festival with me. It's like it was so like very up their alley, Jewish, whatever. They come, and then when they were there, the main people like Modi and Elon Gold, I don't know if you know them.
No.
They're like the main Jewish comics. They're like the most like, I mean, it would be like, I don't know. Like a Chris Rock or like
Really?
Like
for
a Sebastian
for Jews,
Maniscalco
it's
for
like,
Italians?
Yeah, like that. And it's like they were like saying the nicest things about me and telling them like compliment to my parents, and then everyone was always just saying nice things about me, and then my dad's like, I guess she should be doing comedy. Like that.
Wow.
That was
Nice.
the start. Yeah.
It's funny because we actually, so we've had a bunch of well-known people this year on the podcast, and I had a similar situation with my father. We had Squints on from The Sandlot, and that was like the first one that
okay.
stuck with him. He's like, he just stopped me one day. He's like, oh, I can't believe you guys, how many times we watched that movie and you guys sat down with Squints and did it's
Oh
like
my God.
that one. I played baseball growing up, so that one
So that
really
one
hit.
stuck with him.
Yeah.
So that's great. So mine was that, and then I opened for Howie Mandel, and I went on tour a few shows, and then Howie called my dad and said a bunch of stuff. I love your daughter, blah blah blah, like all nice things. And then that's where like his attitude shifted.
Yep.
But it doesn't. It's like it's good, but it's bad at the same time, because it doesn't have that like. There's not. I used to make fun of the things like what he would say and what he expected from me, and now it's like he doesn't say anything anymore. It's like hard. It's like okay,
It sounds like you need a crazy boyfriend or something to talk about. I know a
Working on
guy.
that.
I know a guy.
Yeah. I think, or like a family that annoys the like that.
So where does most of like when you're putting together a show, where does all like the
Where does it come from?
like where does all that stem from? Like first of all, how long does it even take you to get like to put together a show like that? You go on for what 20 30 minutes at a time?
It doesn't now. Now I'm used to it. Sometimes I do longer, but if it's 20 to 30 minutes, it's just like I have an X amount of material that's already like
Laid out.
Yeah, no, not later. I guess I feel like comedy's like, how do I explain it? It's like a language. So if you have like an hour of jokes, so you have an hour of a language of what you could, and then I just do it kind of on the spot. Sometimes I plan, but a lot of times I open, and then if I see something, I'll be like, oh, they'll like this joke, they'll like that, okay.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
like mixed it up type of thing.
And you were like really good with like engaging the crowd too.
Was I?
Like really good.
Wow.
Is that
Sound like my dad.
Dad?
Wait, yeah.
But what's your process like though? And like for putting together material, putting together these jokes? Because you're telling a story, the whole time.
Am I?
Yeah, for the most part, right?
Because I guess people do say, they come up to me and say things like that, but I don't feel like that.
That's probably a good thing that you don't feel like that though.
Comes
And
natural.
So I'm like trying to put together like a one-woman show, and I feel like it's already laid out kind of in my stand-up, but then there's like a bunch of blowjob jokes that don't belong. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like they always belong.
Speaking of blowjobs, I gotta ask you, do you think that men should be obligated to go down on women as often as they expect women to go down on them?
I mean, I didn't even know they expect women to go down on them.
Maybe for some it's wishful thinking, but
I think so. You have to reciprocate.
Okay, so you're saying there's gotta be a balance.
What are you gonna say? You're gonna be like, no?
I don't know. I was speaking for men in general, not myself.
You should wanna please your woman.
Speak for yourself.
No, not for me. I enjoy going down on women.
You do?
I do.
You don't like sushi. You said that.
Well, if it tastes like sushi, then she's the wrong woman.
Well, well, do you expect like a blowjob all the time?
No, but it also depends like how good the girl is at blowjobs. Because I've been with some girls that give shitty blowjobs. I don't even want one.
Would that be like? Would you ever marry someone who gives a bad blowjob?
That's a really good question.
That is a really good question, and
she's interviewing us now, and I love this.
I might. I might. It depends how bad. I'll tell you who I wouldn't marry. I wouldn't marry a spitter. If you spit, I wouldn't be in I would not even be in a long-term relationship with you. If you don't swallow, yeah. If you don't swallow, I'm done.
What?
Yeah, it's gonna be short-lived.
Why? Do you feel like
it's disrespectful?
Disrespectful?
Yeah, I take it as disrespect.
To your unborn children?
Yeah. Literally.
We haven't even eaten the entrees yet.
Like I don't know. Like I need to jizz in something and it needs to be ingested, or I don't know. I don't like spitters.
Well, now everyone's gonna know that. So, moving forward.
Wait, so everything's perfect. You're in love, like obsessed. She gives you a blowjob, and she spits.
Think about it. I gotta go the rest of my life living with a spitter. Spitters or quitters?
So sometimes boys, they tell the girl, and the girl doesn't even let them come in their mouth. This got so dirty, by the way.
No. Recently, I found out that you're not just allowed to do that.
That's what I found out too.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought when they're like, "I'm coming," that means like, okay, like keep doing what you're doing, not like I'm coming. You could remove your mouth off of my dick.
Do you use like dating apps or anything like that?
Yes, I do.
Which ones? If you don't mind me
Raya
asking.
and Hinge.
And Hinge. So I had to look up some good Hinge questions. Mm-hmm. I want to know the Hinge profile though. Mm-hmm. The 3 questions that they give you.
Okay.
What 3 questions do you rock with? You know?
I think was 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Okay. Oh, what grosses me out?
Yeah, one of mine was.
What are you scared of?
Yeah, my most irrational fear. Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know. Should I look?
Yeah, take a look. I want to know the answers. I'm interested in the answers.
Oh, you want to know the answers? I haven't done.
Franco's gonna go find her on Hinge.
Okay. Dream dinner guest.
Oh, well, don't answer that because that's gonna be one of the questions later.
It's you. it's both of you. My dreams. Thank you for making my dreams come true.
See how easy this was?
And then I said, do you want me to tell you the things?
Yeah.
Well, you don't want me to say answers.
No, you could see. No, I want to know what the.
Well, my dream dinner guest, should I say?
Yeah, let her run.
It was Larry David.
Really?
Then my most irrational fear was cats and subway poles.
Subway poles?
Yeah, I
What's
don't
a subway
I don't want to touch
like
them.
the poles.
Oh, the poles. Oh, yeah. I'm always elbowing that, or I'll like wrap it around my arm
I had
around
a friend
it.
like touches it, and then once like tries to touch me, and I freak out. And then 2 truths and a lie. I said, I went to culinary school. I have 5 siblings. I eat bread.
Well,
yeah. And then that was it.
So the eating the bread is obviously the lie.
Yeah.
I saw you say something when the bread comes out to the table.
Yeah.
It's like.
Is that why you're gonna bring bread to the table?
No, we got no bread for the table.
I said, I wish you were inside me. That's my
Wait, what about the bread? What'd you say?
You gotta tell them the bread line.
I said it. I didn't eat bread in like 20 years. So when bread comes to the table, I get very awkward. I just like. I say it's like when a guy like comes to the table, I start to fidget, and I'm like, oh, I wish you were inside me.
Growing up with 5 siblings in Brooklyn, like how was that?
It was fun. Yeah. I don't know, because I didn't know anything else. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I guess, because it's like, Because people do, I mean, I do, when I look at people that don't have a lot of siblings, I'm like, wow, that's very little. Like if I was the only child, I'll freak out.
Do you think only childs are weirdos?
No, I don't think they're weird. I just feel bad that they didn't have a sibling. Are
Like,
you
who do
an
they
only
talk
child?
to? Why, I come off like an only child?
No, not at all. I'm just curious.
How many siblings do you think I have?
I don't know. Because the way you said, why you think only childs are weird, I'm going to think you're an only child.
No, I only asked because I was having a conversation with a girl yesterday, and we were like comparing families, and she said,
one of three?
I'm one of four.
Oh.
But technically, I was one of three for a while because we have like that sister. My parents just want to squeeze one more in, you know.
Okay, the
so
one
she's
that's
young.
youngest.
Yeah,
How much younger?
She's 12 years younger than me.
Oh.
Shout out Phyllis.
Yeah.
And then, okay, yeah. I have a younger brother, 11 years younger.
It's interesting.
He's married with a kid.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't even know if Phyllis had her first kiss yet. I'm hoping not.
How old is she?
Well, she's like 19.
Oh.
All right.
He sounds like some like, and guess what? Are you going to tell her? And you never swallow.
It's wild.
No, I just love how we could totally skip the whole part that you just casually name dropped Howie Mandel and you went on tour with him, and Mario starts talking about sex. I was interested as to, I'm a big Howie Mandel fan.
Oh, I love him.
He's an OG, and like the
Cindy doesn't trust me to open this.
The fact that he called your dad.
He did call my dad. That was really nice. He was so kind.
Like, how cool is that, though?
Like really nice. That he called my dad?
Yeah, he's an absolute legend, that guy.
I don't know. My dad, he was like, to my dad, like, have you ever seen your daughter perform?
Thank you.
And my dad said no, and he goes, how about if I send you my plane to come down and you'll watch her on Friday and Saturday, would you come and watch her? And my father's like, it's Shabbat. And then Howie's like, you think I don't know it's Shabbat? I want you too, Joseph. Yeah.
Is he as much of like a germaphobe?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he touched my phone. He did. I didn't know he was a crazy germaphobe, and then he did. He touched my phone, and then I was like, I'm scared if anyone sees this. But I told my sister, and she's like, that means he trusts you.
It probably does.
He thinks you're clean.
I'm like, really?
That's exactly what that is.
That's an honor.
He's so kind. Like, so. Yeah, so then also when he was telling my father about, like, all nice things, whatever, and then my dad's like, well, because he was complimenting my comedy, and he's like, well, I just wish she would get married.
So your dad's a comedian, too?
My dad is so funny. Like, I think way funnier than me.
Really?
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's jealous.
Wait, so what's your dad
She's
do?
using all my punchlines. What?
What does your dad do?
He used to do retail children's wear.
Okay.
And now he does some wholesale stuff like pajamas. But he's 70-something.
Okay, nice.
But he makes like baby pajamas. They're very cute. They're called hide and seek.
Hide and seek?
Hide and
Yes.
seek?
I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe one day, I said when I get famous, I'll sell them as merch.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
Children's clothes. Yeah. Funny.
I gotta
But
buy some for Santina.
My dad is funny. He's the one, like I have that joke about my mom. I feel bad. This is the one joke I would never want my mom to see, but she's not gonna watch this.
So I gotta cut this?
No.
Oh, your mom doesn't watch
she
the Oven
won't watch
podcast?
it.
That's crazy.
So it's about, I told my father I was like, Dad, Mommy's bipolar. And he was like, no, she's not. And I was like, yeah, she is. And he's like, no, she's not. If she was bipolar, she'd be good half the time. So I do say that in my acts. But, yeah.
That's such a good, like, Again, that's not even necessarily dad joke if you're using it in your act, but it's such a good...
My father said, yeah, and it's sure, I mean, I give him the credit of it. It's so weird, because I wouldn't be eating as much edamame if I wasn't like, oh, let me have more soy sauce. I was just looking through my COVID stories. I used to do these things like day 1 of the quarantine, day 2 of the quarantine. Yeah. And I have it saved. And then I was just literally looking at it this week, and it was like, I just switched quarantines. Does that mean I have to start from day 1 again? Here, you want to see some?
Such a confusing time.
Depressing.
You handle all your own social media?
Yes, I need help.
Yeah? So it's just not easy, huh?
I don't, so I'm like, I used to do it, and now I just like, I stopped putting out content. I don't know why. I just got like, I don't want to deal with this. It doesn't bring me joy.
If it's not bringing you joy, then...
It brings me joy when people like it, but it doesn't bring me joy when I have to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that bad? That means I'm lazy?
So I heard something where it's like, you know, it's not about how you feel when you're doing something, it's how you feel after you do it. But it goes both ways for good and bad things. You know, like if you're drinking and you know that you hate being hungover and you feel unproductive, why do you get fucked up? Stop getting fucked up and you won't feel like shit after, right? The same thing for good things. Maybe go through that pain now and realize how satisfied you're going to be after the fact.
That is true. But the other thing is that so I used to do those like Monday videos, like, oh, Monday, nothing to say. And like whenever, I think it's with dating, whenever someone's like, I watched your Monday videos, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, I feel good if it's like a good video and it's but a Monday, but people do
it's so
everything.
hard on
they just
social
be like,
media.
hi, I'm in, and then I'm like, I have to remember that like that stays there forever, and it's embarrassing.
You could always archive something. Do you know how to archive something? Okay.
I think I archived a few.
Okay.
Oh. So do you post on Instagram?
I do.
And?
It's don't try to figure it out, because I tell him all the time, I'll think something's gold and we don't get any views. I'll think something's the stupidest video and all of a sudden we got 7,000 views. I'm like, how'd this happen?
I get at least one text a day about the algorithm.
But don't you think, like,
at least one.
Let's say if you're dating someone, do you think people that you date are watching what you do and then they're like, I don't want to date him anymore, or no?
I do think that, actually.
That's what I'm, right?
Yeah, so I had a girl so a friend of mine hooked me up with her girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, like she was on vacation and then she was coming back, but like I'm the kind, like if you're on vacation, like don't text me. I was like, go enjoy your vacation. Like we don't need to talk right now. I'll talk to you when you get home, you know? Like, well, I just exchanged numbers with her. You don't have to text me and give me a play-by-play while you're on vacation.
Wow.
But.
Oh, and you didn't date yet?
We didn't date yet.
Oh.
But then like, she followed the Oven page. Mm-hmm. And like, I know some people frown on THC and cannabis, you know?
Okay.
So then all of a sudden, like she didn't hit me up.
Now I'm
Some people
out.
do. Don't put this on your Hinge.
Oh no, people are gonna Google me and they're like, she's doing weed.
But I was like, oh, why is she not hitting me up? It's because she followed the podcast. She thinks like I'm a stoner, you know? But she ended up hitting me up, so it was like, it didn't matter, but like the thought crossed my mind.
You're not even a stoner, you're an editor.
I'm an editor, right? You know I'm a lightweight now.
And
we had
you're
that conversation.
Talker.
Am I a talker? I talk too much?
No, you talk well.
Oh, thank you.
Or maybe you guys are just entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
That's why I would like to...
Listen.
Like, I guess the guy who made Trojan isn't, like, I bet you he doesn't even fuck.
Honestly,
or he doesn't even use condoms.
He doesn't even, yeah. Well, who does? But you dipping the mayo in the soy sauce and swirling it around like that is like freaking me out.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just watching the chunk of mayo
that's a good mix.
around in there.
Wait, it is a good mix,
It's a good
right?
mix.
Sorry. We'll get rid of the chunks.
Did you always want to be a comedian?
No.
What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Oh,
Like, what would your yearbook say? Like your 5th grade yearbook?
an actress.
An actress?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
8th grade yearbook, same thing?
I don't remember an 8th grade yearbook. But I was an actress and a housewife. The actress was the pipe dream. Now the housewife is a pipe dream. I came a long way. No, I always wanted to be an actress. I thought it was so fun and cool.
Were you like the class clown in school?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know class clown, but they always, like I read my yearbook and, because there was a podcast, it's like read your high school yearbook, the letters. And every single letter was like, here's something, here's this, oh my God, keep doing what you do best, making people laugh, da, da, da. And then I forgot that I used to do that. Like I used to be funny. Because like after I got married, I think I like went into this like crazy, I think I was like, I became a person that like, you want to be a person that people expect from you, and then you don't be your authentic self. And then it took me like a long time to find myself again. And then when I started comedy, I started feeling myself again.
Good. I love to hear that.
I mean, I still care for like, I think I care for like maybe dating, because maybe if they see something that it's like, I'm like, no, I promise I don't have THC infused in my blood. This wasn't me. They begged me.
I don't talk about spitting and swallowing with
Yeah, like it's
men
not
at the
me.
table.
She goes, it's not me, they begged me.
Yeah.
You know how we do it, Omiya, for dessert. We got the mochi, vanilla, strawberry, green tea. Missing a strawberry since Franco grabbed one already.
I might have a cavity in my left side of my tooth too. That hit me pretty hard. I'm getting a vanilla too before you take both of them. So obviously, how long have you been doing comedy for now?
Whoa.
Whoa.
I never know what to say, but I will say now, maybe 6 to 7 years.
Okay.
That long? It's long.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the longest I think I've ever been doing anything. Except for my ex-boyfriend.
How long were you doing him for?
No.
So for the last 6 or 7 years, I mean, you've toured with, you said Howie Mandel. You had who? Louis C.K. in the mix, right?
Oh yeah.
Chelsea
Louis.
Handler.
Yeah, Chelsea.
One of my
I
favorites.
got Gilbert.
Yeah, and Gilbert. I was going to bring up Gilbert. R.I.P. But Sarah Silverman.
I never toured. I wish.
I heard she was one of your inspirations growing up, right?
Her, yeah.
You ever seen Wreck-It Ralph?
No.
Oh my God!
I know I should.
It's actually one of the best.
Is it really good?
It's in like my
Should I
top.
watch it when I go home?
Yes.
Is it on the Disney thing?
Yeah, it actually is.
Damn it, I don't have Disney.
I will literally send you my info so you can watch it tonight. 100%.
Okay, fine.
It
Can
is.
I keep it on my screen forever?
I guess.
So I got an idea.
All right, I'll sign in and sign out, I swear.
If he sends you his Disney information, you have to invite him onto Raya.
Oh,
Onto
I'll
Raya.
invite you.
In the last 6 or 7 years, though, you know, what's your favorite place? What's your favorite venue that you've gotten to perform at?
Oh, well, you know what I have to answer. Governors.
You don't have to answer Governors, but
No, I do love it so much, but if I mean, there's so many. No, Governors is my home, and then I think, well, the only reason why I met Howie was at Westbury Theater.
okay.
From the owner of Governors. I guess Howie was running late, and I performed at Westbury before. Howie wasn't, his plane had trouble, and they called up the owner of Governors and was like, do you have a comedian? We need someone, because blah, blah. Howie's plane is delayed or something. And then, so he's like, oh, I could get the girl that opened for Vic. And then they're like, oh my God, you think you could get her? He's like, I don't know. She's so busy. Let me see what I could do. And then he called me. I was in Connecticut. And he's like, so do you know Howie Mandel? I was like, yes, of course. Deal or no deal. I love it. My favorite show. And then he's like, well, you're going to have to open for him. And I was like, okay. And then I got a car from Connecticut to Westbury. That was a fun night. It was good. It was great.
That was just all in one night?
I was like, yeah. I was like, it was like, you know what happened with Vic? So the theater is like a theater in the round.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and every time I do a new spot or like theater, it's like, yes, you could do your comedy, but you don't really know the place.
Mm-hmm.
So I was so after I opened for Vic, it's like I would know what to do. Like I would know how to control the room more. Like, you know, you just learn.
Yeah.
So I was so happy. I was like, I just wish I could do it again, so I could do it better. And then after, I got to do it 2 months later with Howie, and I was able to do it way better. And then Howie saw me, and then from there he asked me to do AGT, and then from that I went on tour.
How fucking sick is that?
Yeah, it was fun.
To back up on that,
Yeah.
You know, you get this call, you're going to be opening for Howie Mandel. Obviously the nerves are probably there. I feel like everyone's got a little nerves before.
I don't know if yeah, tell me.
Do you have any like superstitions before you go out on stage? Maybe day of?
A long, long time ago, I had this like ex-boyfriend. He gave me like this little heart. Oh, it was a skull pink crystal. I think it was like rose quartz. We bought it together in Sausalito in San Francisco at this.
Nice.
Like, they have a cute little shop. Anyway, before I went on stage in the beginning, I always used to like hold it just for a second, which I know is so stupid, but I was like, okay. Because the girl's like, good luck. So I was like, all right, I'll touch it. So before I went on stage, I used to like be like, all right, make me do well. And then I lost it in LA somewhere. I don't know where it was. I was freaking out. I was in an Uber. I was like, I lost my good luck crystal. And then I lost it, and it didn't matter. So after nothing.
So now
my whole thing, the thing that I do is like, I know when people go in the mirror and they're like, you're the best, you're amazing, you got this. I'm like, you're a piece of shit. You fucking moron. And that makes me do really well. Because I want to prove myself wrong. It's like,
Put yourself down a little bit.
if I'm confident, it's not going to go well.
You remember your first show? Obviously.
Yeah, but it was like a class show. So it was like, it was weird. It's like more like, you have to memorize these jokes, you know? And they were not like real to me. There was hints of real, but they weren't real. Like,
Very staged.
yeah, it was like I was writing jokes. Like one of my first jokes was like, and I was so sexually deprived, I got turned on by George Costanza. like so like.
Oh, I think that's pretty funny.
This should go back. That was like one of my first jokes.
That was pretty good.
That is good.
Oh, I said that we used to have like prayers. So yeah, okay. That I grew up in yeshiva, and we couldn't have sex before marriage. So we used to have prayers in like the prayer room, like Hashem is God, says you cannot have sex before marriage, but Hashem never says you can't have sex in the butt. That was, and I used to pray it like this.
This is that campus.
I'm feeling infused.
Yeah, you're feeling infused?
Yeah.
You getting there?
No, it's just because I'm funny. You're not used to being around funny people.
You know, especially not sitting next to him.
You got the snort out of it.
Oh, I always snore. Don't think that's a thing.
I got two more.
Maybe it is strong. All right.
You might be a thing.
I'm also an empath. So like sometimes if I go to a rave, I did, and I'm not doing drugs, it's like I could feel like I'm on drugs because everyone around me is on drugs.
Yeah.
So,
That's what an empath is?
yes, they feel
You
people's
feel it.
feelings
Yeah, feel it.
like E.T.
It's actually very draining for some people.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because the feelings are positive and negative.
Yeah. Sometimes I used to have a joke like that. I used to be like, and then I pointed to a guy in the front row. I used to be like I know, you want to fuck me, right?
And what's your end goal? What's the end goal for Olga Namer here?
Well, I want to write a show. I want to have a TV show.
What would you name it?
Well, my one-woman show is called One Foot In, One Foot Out.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be the name of my TV show. Do you like the name?
I like the name a lot.
1 foot in, 1 foot out. I guess it would be about people who are like, shoot, do I have to I want to please my parents, but I also want to live my own life. It's like that.
You can name it Spit or Swallow.
That will be my porn show. Spit or swallow.
I got a couple quick ones for you, and then we'll jump into the oven. Favorite comedy show? Favorite comedy movie ever?
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna say what came to my head. Wedding Crashers.
Love
Okay,
it.
I love
Love
that.
it.
That's great.
So many lines from that movie
Oh,
that
my God.
are just said.
What is your favorite?
It's I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, I'm a coxman. Like me and my friends always say that all the time.
I love when that is funny, but also when he gets knocked down on the floor and he can't breathe.
That's good. That's good. And almost like, can you stop being a pussy?
And like motorboat and motherfucker like that.
You motorboating son of a bitch, you.
Oh, I also always say this. I was like, I'll find you.
Oh no, you know what you say?
All the time.
I always knew my first time would be on a beach.
Oh my God.
I love the.
I think it's the best movie.
It's up there.
Yeah,
Wedding Crashers
What's
is definitely
better?
up there. I mean, I love like Pineapple Express. We're talking comedies. I think Ace Ventura is the best.
I have to rewatch both of those.
You haven't seen Ace Ventura?
I have, and as a kid, I loved.
Ace Ventura.
But I don't remember it.
Step Brothers is up there too.
Really?
Yeah.
See, but all of these I must watch.
Hey, I forgot to ask. You like guacamole?
What about Dodgeball?
Dodgeball's good. That's another lines that just go around friend groups.
Bridesmaids.
You know, I've never seen that.
Oh my God, you would
I
love
don't know
it.
if I've ever seen that either.
I've
You
seen
guys-
pieces of it.
You guys should make a podcast where you get high and watch the movies.
And watch the actual movies?
Yeah. Oh my God, Bridesmaids is so funny. Are you kidding?
No, I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, there's a thing. It's like, help me, I'm poor. Because she can't be in the first class. And then she pretends to go into the first class, and they're like, she goes, help me, I'm poor. It's the funniest thing.
The first time I got upgraded to first class, I made the biggest deal about it.
Oh.
Everybody on social media knew that I was in
Snapchat,
first class.
The
Yeah.
first time I swallowed cum and I got in first class was the biggest deal.
Really?
I'm kidding. I never did that. But that's
Now she's a swallower all of a sudden.
no, that's the thing. Like, what do they get back if they do that for you? A jacket?
Number one, my presence.
No. A bag.
Well, I eat pussy like a lesbian, so it's like a fair trade.
Oh, because before you weren't saying that. Before you like, do you think it has to be equal? Remember?
Oh, like no, actually, I know.
Like 45 minutes ago.
Before we were high.
I keep snoring. I snore. I don't snore. I snore.
You don't snore, you snore.
Yeah.
If you snort, you snore for sure.
No, I don't. I know I don't snore. No one has ever told me. Really? Should I get one of those machines?
Or like put your phone recording you.
No shot. I would never record me sleeping.
No, I think it would be so boring.
No
Actually,
They
chance.
have an app that could tell you.
Yeah, you get like those bracelets.
It's
that hooks up.
annoying when you like sleep, like if you do hang out with like your boyfriend or your husband and you sleep with them and then like they snore and then I'm like just all I do is sit there the whole time like this and I wait till 7 a.m. like and they wake up and I'm like Hey. And they're like, how'd you sleep? I'm like, amazing.
No, I've had girls actually make it a rule that I was not allowed to fall asleep before they fell asleep because then they couldn't fall asleep because I snore so loud.
Okay, so when you say this, then those girls should be doing that other thing that you wanted them. Not to keep talking about swallowing, but if that's their demands, then you have the right to have a demand. You can't sleep until they sleep.
Because I snore so loud.
Kids chopping wood all night.
How loud?
It's actually...
And by the way, how do you know?
So people have told me, our friend, when I was 12 years old, it was our first sleepover ever, and he...
Snoring at 12.
He woke me up.
He also had a sweater on since he's 12.
No, he woke me up.
All right.
I have hair. Yeah, I'm a man. I have hair. It happens. So...
Embarrassing. Everywhere but your head.
I've been telling him I'm so happy to run this podcast because slowly he's just trying to progressively either put a hat on or his hair is going to keep...
That was mean.
You should call it the Two Hats Podcast.
Oh my God.
Do you have hair?
Yeah, I have hair. This isn't going
Can
anywhere.
you just cover it because you feel bad for your friend?
Yeah, no, I'm doing him a
So
favor.
sweet.
I'm doing him a favor.
Oh my God.
Oh, you have hair.
He kind of has hair.
I got a short haircut today, that's why.
I think it looks great. Of course he has hair.
Thank you.
Yeah, where don't you have hair?
My eyelids is probably the only place I don't have hair.
No, you have, oh yeah.
I'm just like a hairy Italian, just...
That's nice.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, my buddy woke me up with
his left arm sleeve.
That's because you got a tattoo?
I shave it for the tattoo.
Nice.
But yeah, my buddy, 12 years old, woke me up because he thought I was having a heart attack in my sleep, but I was just snoring.
Wow. I would think the same at 12. If someone was snoring in a sleepover, I'd be like, something's happening.
I guess I had like sleep
I'd wake
apnea
up
or
the
something.
mom. No?
Do you sleep talk?
I think I don't do anything in my sleep. I
Really?
think I'm like, someone told me I sleep like an angel.
Really?
It wasn't even a man who wanted to fuck me. It was like it was like I had to sleep with another comedian girl and another, I guess when they put you together.
You're just one of those angelic sleepers.
I just sleep like this.
Oh, wait, you sleep
Because
on
I'm
you sleep on
very
your back?
aware on my back like this.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, that's serial killer
Like
shit.
Snow White.
No.
Like waiting for my prince. No, when I'm by myself, I'll sleep on my side or like that way, like this.
If I wake up on my back, that means I passed out.
I want to wake up on my back because I'm scared of wrinkles. You don't want to
yeah.
get wrinkles.
I sleep on my face a
So I trained
lot.
myself to like sleep like this, on like that.
So I asked this to Kyle Gordon
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. I asked him, as obviously asking a guy, but if you could be a man for 24 hours, what would be the first thing you would do?
A man? I'd get a blowjob.
And would you make her spit or swallow?
I wouldn't care. I'd be like, well, that's what it feels like.
Is there anything that you won't joke about?
I don't think I could joke about, I think trans get so mad.
Yeah.
Or no, I actually don't think they do. Could I tell you? This is my theory. I think I make a joke about black people. There's black people in the audience, like a bunch of them that will laugh. If there's one, sometimes the white people get like, oh, you can't say that. But the black people laugh, and when the black people laugh, all the white people are like, oh, we could laugh. The problem is with the trans, there's not a lot of trans.
Okay.
So there's no group of trans. It's like, this is okay. You can laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Also,
you make
too,
a trans joke.
sometimes you can't tell who's who. Wouldn't you be able to tell someone's trans?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, I think she's trans, and she's laughing. You can laugh, too. You know what I mean? So everyone's like, could we laugh? I don't know. And they're all looking at her, I think she's, So that's why the trans jokes, everyone's like, oh, you can't. And it's like, that's not,
How do you feel about what's transpired in the country in terms of transgender people and
And what?
and like the way that society is taking to.
I think, actually, I don't have opinions. I don't really care. I mean, it's nice. But I think it's fucked up yesterday when I watched the Barbie movie. I was like, they have every Barbie in the world. They have black Barbie, Asian Barbie, trans Barbie. They don't have a Jew Barbie. What the fuck?
Motherfuckers.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts.
I think that's evil. Well, they don't have Indian Barbie either. Or Muslim Barbie.
So not just Jewish.
Just the things that America doesn't like, they won't have.
Jesus.
Last one before we hit the oven. We kind of touched on it a little bit before, but one historical figure you could sit down to dinner with.
Historical.
Ask any question
I did.
to.
I thought you asked me, and I know exactly. Hitler. I would love.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd be like, what's your problem, bro? You got a problem with Jews?
You're not the first person that's given that answer.
Well, he's not going to kill me.
You're the first person on camera.
To have the power, like, he's not going to hurt me.
No.
He's behind the glass.
He's got to answer
I'd
any
actually
question.
be so scared, but I would want to know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I know.
I think a
what he
lot
was
of people
thinking.
want to know what he was thinking.
But I want to, actually, do I want to know? I'd be like, you're right. You have good points.
All right, so this is a ridiculously small oven with some ridiculous questions.
Could put a little Jew in there. Hitler? No, because we said I wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
It's like Hitler, but the little Jew's coming out of the oven to ask you some questions.
I feel like you have to pick the question out.
Yeah, pick one. Do you want to pick? I'll pick.
I'm putting my hand in there.
You can't make a Jew go in the oven.
It looks like a fortune teller.
Are dick pics immature?
Not unless they're a baby dick.
What about like unsolicited?
This dick is immature. It needs to grow a little. Text me when you're 18.
I can only imagine how many like messages and stuff you get.
I don't get dick pics.
Really?
Nope. Nope, never. I don't get any.
Even after like you put like the content with like I'm single, this and that.
Never.
Really?
Oh my God, does that mean people don't want to send it to me? Maybe after I say how bad my blowjobs are, they're like, I'm not sending her no dick.
On that note, seriously, this is such a great episode. Another episode here at Nomiya in Garden City. If you haven't already, make sure you like, you subscribe, and before we leave, let everyone know where to find you.
I live on 89. No, you can find me on Instagram, Olga Namer, OLGANAMER.
Done deal. We hope to see you next time. I had a great time tonight. Thank you so much for coming. Seriously, this was an absolute blast. Tune in next time because there's always an open seat for you at the oven. We want to give a huge shout out to AJ and the squad over at Nomiya for another unreal meal. Whenever you're in Garden City or at the Roosevelt Field Mall, make sure you stop by for some of the best Japanese food around. Also, make sure you check out our YouTube page, click the subscribe button, and join us next time because there's always an open seat for you at the oven.